All I can say is that the fake news just doesn't get it, do they?
The voice I can kind of get. The hands, he's doing a lot of things with the hands. It's very interesting. Afghanistan, we lost that war 2.5 weeks ago, and the mainstream news, the fake media, have moved right along. I was watching last night. You know what they're obsessed with? Everything that's not Afghanistan, anything that makes Joe Biden look slightly off. The new flavor of the month right now is, the Gabby Petito story. The woman who went on the road trip with her boyfriend, and we don't know where she is. And also that crazy lawyer in South Carolina, and the family got shot, and then he got shot, but he wanted to be shot. It is, granted, an interesting story, but it's not as important as what happened in Afghanistan and questions about Joe Biden's competence. All right. Something else. The culture. They're trying to change our culture. They are trying to make white people feel ashamed for being white. It is ludicrous. It is hateful. It's somewhat comical. It's so stupid. But they're pushing it, and they're not stopping. This is the Washington Post, by the way. They came out with a new special webinar that they want everybody to watch.
For the first time, white people were becoming aware of their whiteness and the systemic ways that white supremacy affects all of us. In this episode, we're tackling white racial identity and why understanding your whiteness is integral to becoming self-aware as a white person. I'm Nicole Ellis, and this is The New Normal.
Okay. The new normal from Nicole. Gonna tell me how to be white, I guess, or she has some observations about that. Interesting. We first brought you this a couple of weeks ago, but it is as relevant as ever.
White people got to start getting together, specifically around race.
We're unpacking wrong things that we've been taught in history class. I realized that I needed to go back and unpack and reorganize everything that I had learned because it was completely through a white lens. Most of us in doing this work have experienced this, where there's a period of deep shame for being white and for acknowledging the harm that our ancestors have caused.
I'm sorry, but I am so glad I'm not you. Just to approach the world, to see the world that way. I also hate it when liberals say unpack. The only time anybody should say unpack is when it's regarding luggage, but not unpacking an issue. There's more.
The biggest answer is white people don't really understand racism.
Yeah, by the way, be careful about how you talk about race in the presence of Nicole. You say the wrong thing, you present it the wrong way, she's going to be mad. All right. It's not just the Washington Post, though. You're going to see some people that you know, some football coaches, some primetime news anchors who are all over this shame on me because I'm white crap. Excuse me.
The really amazing thing that I've learned is black people know the truth. They know exactly what's going on. It's white people that don't know.
We don't realize sometimes, especially as a white person, how impactful, how offensive they are.
As a white person, as white people, we need to listen.
When it comes to race, white people need to listen more.
Most of the people in this little clip are multi-millionaires. You saw the coach of the Seahawks. He makes like $20 million a year. She's married to some Goldman Sachs guy who worked for Obama. You know, when you got the power, when you got the money, it's very easy. It feels good to, oh, I'm white, and that's a bad thing. It's ridiculous. Speak for yourselves if you want to. It's a free country, but it's ludicrous. All right, why do I bring up all this stuff? Because we have a story from Virginia Tech, great university. It's so weird, but actually in the current environment, it's not that weird. This is happening, and they want white folk to start talking like this. I'm not going to do it, and if you happen to be white, I hope you don't do it. I hope anybody of any race is never apologizing for the things they can't control, what they look like. But take a look at this from a full-fledged professor. Dr. Crystal Duncan Lane put this up on the university website. I am a Caucasian, cisgender female, first-generation college student from Appalachia who is of Scottish, British, and Norwegian heritage. I am married to a cisgender male, and we are middle class. All right, by the way, I keep hearing cisgender this, cisgender that. I had to look it up myself. It's an odd term, but it basically means normality. If you're a man, you like women. If you're a woman, you're attracted to men. That's cisgender, like traditional gender roles. But she goes on. While I did not ask for the many privileges in my life, I have benefited from them and will continue to benefit from them, whether I like it or not. What's not to like? This is injustice, she says, and more. I am and will continue to work on a daily basis to be anti-racist and confront the innate racism within myself. That is the reality and history of white people. I want to be better. Every day I will transform. Every day. This work terrifies me. Every day. I invite my white students to join me on this journey, and to my students of color, I apologize for the inexcusable horrors within our shared history. All right, I have to acknowledge here, I have a feeling we could be being pranked, all right? That's so ridiculous that I have to put that out there just in case this was some elaborate hoax pulled on me, because that was that crazy, even worse than that silly TV show from the Washington Post. Here's something we need to talk about. Last year, a major story was uncovered about the Bidens, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, by the New York Post. Hunter Biden's hard drive was discovered. Its authenticity has not been effectively disputed. And it was a treasure trove of information that was ignored by the mainstream media. Ignored. And big tech, though, this is where it gets really bad. Big tech prevented the New York Post from disseminating this story on social media, which seemed so ludicrous, authoritarian. They get away with it, though, because it's not a government entity. Twitter, big tech, they're technically private, but they're as big as a country, quite frankly. Anyway, we have a ruling from the Federal Election Commission. They took a look at this, and it says the following: I find no reason to believe that Twitter violated campaign finance law when it blocked users from sharing a politically damaging New York Post story about then candidate Joe Biden's son, or affixed editorial comments to then candidate Donald Trump's tweets. Well, you know what? We got to fix the law. We got to change the Constitution. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, these companies, they are too big to trust to Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey and a bunch of tech geeks in Silicon Valley. They are more important than most governments, and we have to take it from them, I think. They can shape elections, and quite frankly, they did. They did. So just prior to the election, you were led to believe that the Trump kids were the corrupt ones. The Trump kids. Now, I happen to know them. I also know, and anybody can look this up, that for their entire lives, including Donald Trump, none of them had ever worked in government, ever, not even come close. Now, if you look at the Bidens, that's a totally different story, all the way back to 1972. And Joe's brother, Frank, and Jim went into the Biden business. There are books about this, very well done, very well documented. They profited from being related to Joe Biden. Hey, you never hear about his sister, by the way. His sister ran all of Joe's campaigns for like all the way up until 2008. She made a lot of money doing that, by the way, a lot of money. But this is somehow beyond question, beyond scrutiny. Why? Why is that? Why can't we talk about Hunter Biden and what he did? You know, Hunter Biden, according to Joe, is the closest person to him, the last person he talks before he goes to bed. Now, Hunter has a lot of baggage on the business side, but what does Joe do? It's kind of effective, actually. He's shrewd sometimes, Joe. He hides behind this addiction and says, it's all about that. My son is a hero.
Gentlemen, my son.
And he didn't have a job.
My son, like a lot of people we know at home, had a drug problem. He's overtaken it. He's fixed it. He's worked on it. And I'm proud of him.
It's not about Hunter's drug problem. We all want Hunter to get sober and stay sober. No, it's not about that. It is about the money he received for being your son, the son of the vice president and now the president. It's also about the money he apparently has given you, the president of the United States. 10% for the big guy. Joe Biden has never sat down and answered those questions. The media have protected him every step of the way. We'll be right back.